Curious to
that's
know.
true.
But Midas now coming out for Druid, so they all get their hands on Midas this time. Take it away from Fuzzy Sloth here.
Yeah, Complexity prioritizing the Swift Blade as their second pick, and he doesn't necessarily do that well together with Andromeda. Not during the laning phase, at least, because Andromeda needs to get really close onto his target before he can use the Comet, and there is the Puppet Monster. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Andromeda Puppet Monster lane, that's one of the deadliest lanes that you can go up versus. So it's probably going to be Swift Blade and Suicide Roll instead.
Okay. Yeah, in the hands of Asuka, most likely. Coming out here, so Iceland Kogo, they're right-clicking through several heroes. They're actually right-clicking Kane there for a while. But, yeah, they already have a Midas and a Behemoth on top of that, so could still be one, but...
I think the Parasite would do fairly well here. It's good versus the Swift Blade, with the creeps, of course, and versus the Andromeda as well. Andromeda can't really box out the Parasite. So, we'll see that. They're gonna go with the Clanks again.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't like it together with the Midas and the Behemoth. I feel like it's a little bit of an overkill. I feel like those two heroes are dependent, or at least Behemoth is so dependent on that portal key. And just as in game number 1, even when Behemoth had a portal key in a relatively early fashion, I mean, they still, they're not able to do anything with it. Like, they can't break any towers. They don't have that Astro hero or that hero to be in front and tank the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go with the Clanks, I'd rather go with the way that Reason is playing it, with tank effect always on one of those forest heroes, like on Ophelia. Something with an Astro that can just, always back him up and take those early tower kills. Behemoth, he's going to have to farm. They're just going to be so freaking passive for the first 10, 50 minutes. And now going up versus an Andromeda Puppet Monster, which could result in an offensive tri-lane. I think it's a little bit too greedy almost.
Yeah, and again, it's just also, for me, it's definitely going to be a case, since we're just stressing it right there. It's sure, he had the third most creep kill average ever, and we've seen it as far as recorded games. I mean, it was impressive when it came to creep kills and the amount of farm he was getting, but it didn't result in a victory. So, will that kind of be the same mindset here, or will we see a little bit of difference also with the item build? That was the biggest criticism, I think, and especially I was given, it was the fact it went very defensive. Didn't necessarily go the most aggressive and most damage-oriented item build. So, will that change up this game, or will he sticks to his guns here? For lack of a better word, and try to make it work this time around. But all the bans coming out. Parasite, Fade, Cthulhu Engineer. You mentioned the Parasite, how that probably would have been a good pick, but not going to be happening now. Taken out right there. Neither team with a jungler yet, but a lot of junglers being banned out here. So,
yeah, they're getting rid of the Fade. Definitely don't want to go up versus him once again.
Yeah.
And the Engineers, actually, as well. I wonder why they got rid of the Engineer.
Yeah, I mean, they already have an Andromeda. That's true. Huh. Well, Pharaoh taken out by...
Yeah. There could be a dual lane in the mid as well, I guess. Engineer and, I don't know, Pebbles. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't sound or seem very Complexity-like, though, so...
No, this lineup that they have so far, though, is very Complexity-like. It's a lineup that definitely has a lot of potential into the late game, and that's, of course, what they love. Average the longest games on the scene, and for good reason. They like to grind it out. These two teams actually have gone at it quite a bit over time here, and as far as the individual team names against one another, 11 and 10 in favor of Druids here. But
I want to see the Val.
Close.
In general, at least.
The
Valkyrie, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know why. People were picking it up so much. It got that buff with the 15-second Valkyrie Press in level 1 ultimate. So strong, so deadly. But I guess the Veiled Wrath ruined it a little bit because it kind of feels the same effect, more or less. And but then it also got the 7,000 Javelin range buff, and everyone was like, okay, we're going to see Valkyrie all the time, but hasn't really been that much in competitive, and I still think that it got a place.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't see it anymore.
Yeah, definitely seems like an every now and then kind of deal, but I may not see it here. But Bubbles is that fourth pick, sure enough, and only 14 seconds remaining now for Druid, so they're going to have to think about this one pretty quickly here. Pebbles will be an option.
What? This is the greediest lineup I've seen for such a long time. I mean, where are you running all of these heroes? So you're going to have two heroes now that are super dependent on your pro key, and then you're going to have a Midas as a suicide,
Hmm.
and a Clanks that requires so freaking much farm to be effective, taking up all your stacks.
Yeah,
It's yeah, I don't know what to say. I do not like it.
I agree. Yeah, definitely. It is a very very greedy lineup and complexity. Obviously, I'm sure they're looking at that. And although maybe it's not complexity, it's usual gameplay to be a very aggressive earlier on. But this is one of those games where if you are going to be doing that, this definitely kind of almost screams that you wanna take it to druids earlier on in this game because they're going to be trying to farm a lot amongst several heroes here to get
Yeah,
their
unless
their
they
early
go
items.
for the kind of style that MMRR usually are with the Pebbles 1 versus 1 in the mid. This is going to be supporting Behemoth as well, or a Behemoth Clanks lane. And wait, okay, so Complexity just went with an offensive tri lane instead, I guess?
Um,
No, wait, maybe
no,
not. Maybe
not
they put
necessarily.
Bubble Suicide and they
Yeah.
have a dual lane mid, Puppet Master Andromeda. They're like, okay, you guys gonna go for Pebbles, then we're gonna punish you
Hmm.
with a dual ranged.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Maybe a little more realistic there. The two
Oh,
two
we'll
one setup,
see.
but
Still think that the Trident is a potential, but
huh. They're changing around heroes a little bit, and you see Behemoth this time actually being played by Serenia. Massera going to get its hands on Midas here, as they do final pick the Pyromancer though. Coming out here from good old Druid. So we'll see how this time it works out for them, specifically that Clanks, but also again it is a very greedy lineup though. They're going to want a couple of portal keys earlier on, especially on Pebbles, of course, especially on Behemoth. So it's like don't expect a whole lot of aggressive play out of this Hellborn team sooner in this game, but once again, will Complexity capitalize with that? As
yeah,
they,
it's I'm pretty sure now that it is an offensive tri lane because Fussy is playing the bubbles and he's the mid player. He's not going to go for suicide bubbles here.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Oscar's on Swiftblade here. So what? I guess the Puppet tri lane. So you got Puppet, Torture, and Andromeda.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Hellborn team really got someone to put against or put up against the tri lane.
Hmm.
It would be the Midas in that case, but he's still like he needs to get really close by to get last hits. And yeah, versus a Puppet Master, like one Puppet Show and then a Comet Stun follow up by Andromeda, and he's dead.
Yeah.
We
All
will
right.
see.
That we will. That we will. So, but yeah, we're getting things kicked off here today, guys, for the Onslaught #2. It's been a fun start so far. We got a couple of matches earlier on today. Now the second set of matches taking place here. In fact, the other series, Dishonored versus Shrek is Love. I'm not sure. Let me see if I got my friends list here. It doesn't look like they're in a game, so let's see on Cluckmuck. Let's see this recent
Exodus
games.
was in a big lead at least when I looked over.
Dishonored won this game right here against Shrek, yeah. So I don't know if that was the second game or the first game though. I think that was the first game. It looks like so. How about that? Dishonored taking the first game.
Yeah, lasted for
Shrek.
52 minutes, so yeah, it
Yeah.
should be the first one. And Ravenor being played by now there, but still not being able to secure the victory for his team.
Yeah, give it up, but able to pull through. So good job by Dishonored there. And again, looking forward to seeing how they do. Seem like a fun and upcoming team possibly. Okay, looks like we're good to go though in our series here. We got a lot of matches to be played over these next 4 or 5 days here throughout Sunday, where eventually the top 4 teams out of the 8 teams here will move on to the playoffs and ultimately compete for a $5,000 prize pool. Here in the Onslaught 2 event continues on to next week in the bracket stages. So a lot of games, just the beginning here. But definitely in a matchup like this, you want to start strong, and Complexity looking to get that 2-0 victory for the extra point. And here we go. So the top lane, they are sitting up there for, I mean, everyone's going up here, so not 100% sure just yet still, but yeah, anticipating the aggressive tri lane. Guessing here, Behemoth already in the front lines up here himself. The only certainty is that Midas will be suicide.
Yeah, he plays the ward, but
Ooh.
still hiding here in here as well.
Yeah, he's okay. He's gonna be fine. If they even just remotely decided to check there or something, that could have been disastrous. But nope, he's able to sneak out. Gonna be good, and they will leave Swiftblade up here actually. So I don't know if that was some
Oh,
information that they got or whatever, but they're gonna leave him up there.
I mean,
Solo.
Swiftblade is gonna do fine up here on his own because obviously Behemoth cannot box him out by any means, so he should be fine. But where's the Bubbles going to be laning in that case? That's the question. Is it going to be dual laned?
Yeah.
Or wait, they're dual laning into Swiftblade?
So yeah, Bubbles is gonna end up short bottom by himself.
And
I
it's actually
guess-
quite late to depart
okay.
as well. Might want to use a Shell Surf here.
Yeah, you're right. Midas is gonna get an easy creep pull here as a result. Oh, didn't get the 30 guy.
Oh, one soldier. Oh my god, that's going to save so much.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna really screw up the whole plan there, because now Bubbles is gonna be able to come in. He just tries to do it anyways, and it's gonna be just out of tower range. So this is perfect for Bubbles. Really, so. Yeah, it was a little awkward there, but what's done is done. So despite being late, Fuzzy Sloth still going to make do here.
Yeah, I would have
Bottom.
preferred, I think, to have the Andromeda in the mid instead, and the Torture up at the top. But, I mean, Torture, of course, would have been better in both lanes because of the range. But Andromeda more of a solid stun here in the mid, and Torture being able to, of course, not only harass the Clanks up at the top, but also get rid of the Behemoth. Andromeda doesn't really have the same possibility.
Yeah, he saw a lot of damage off the bat onto Pebble, so Haxrain kind of going back to his old school days, because if you might remember, I mean, Haxrain, we know him as a carry, but earlier on when he first was breaking out of the scene, he definitely played middle role quite a bit. And Pebbles was one of those heroes that he did play quite frequently, so kind of fun seeing him on the old school hero here. We'll see how he does. Top lane, I expect, well, Swiftblade and Clanks going at it. Swiftblade 2-0, Clanks is 5-6 so far. So he's been denying like a boss here. That's pretty effective against the aggressive Swiftblade. I mean, that's denying him a lot of experience, so.
Yeah, there's just no way that they can actually get a kill onto Clanks unless Probus plays big time. That's why I would have preferred to have the Torture at the top lane and Andromeda in the mid. Actually, they're going to do some kind of rotation here. He's going to cover the top rune. Hopefully he doesn't head back to the top. Yeah, he's going to try to trick them with the double illusion here.
He's saying, oh, there's just 2 illusions. Don't mind me. No, one's real. There goes the comment stun. But in the end, no follow-up. And actually, Baba Ganoush, you're in trouble, sir. There's a stun, the double stun coming out, the chuck to follow. I'm sure that should be an easy blood loss. Oh, boy. Baba Ganoush, he got a little comfortable there. And, yeah.
A little bit,
yeah. I love the idea. I mean, he acted like he was an illusion, and it almost kind of worked. But they didn't come in to assist the comment stun, and then he kind of
it was
in a bad
such a
spot.
premature comment stun. Yeah, I mean, if he would have waited a little bit because they didn't realize that he was actually like the real one. If Puppet Monster and Torture would have just rotated over, and Baba Ganoush would have just waited 2-3 seconds, then I'm probably sure, or then I'm quite sure the Legion team would have had the first part instead. But look at the top lane, by the way, Behemoth. I don't know what he's trying to get a block, but it's like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's
They're not going to have the damage enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even if he gets a block, like.
Well, he's gonna try. No, yeah, at least harass him a little bit. Lackey's not really doing the best though. Missing a couple of those missiles, and in the end, health potion popped by Asuka. He's going through the trees.
Oh,
good
nice
dodges right here, and actually, we'll get a full health potion out of it. Well played. Keeping them busy at the top lane. Meantime, Andromeda rotates all the way to the bottom lane, and now is going to be assisting a Bubbles here. So again, kind of a not your usual everyday lane, but
yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the complexity is doing. I feel like they had a really good draft or a really good laning phase, but they sure as hell ain't making it work so far.
No. Pebbles currently by himself. As Pyromancer going for that top rune, happens to get it, double damage bottled up, so we'll see if they can make use of that now. That definitely could be something if they can catch either the Torch or the Puppet Master out of position, but a lot easier said than done. That's where the Invis, maybe the Haste rune would have been a little more beneficial there, but
I like
not
the
the
decision
case.
by Formless, by the way, getting the Gravelock as his first item instead of the Moshers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Making sure that he's a little bit more tanky, and now he's not going to be able to drop from the Pebbles Pyromonster combo, unless he is on his own.
Yeah, not often you would see that, but you're right. And he just got the boots right there as well now, but yeah, definitely with the Gravelock at first. Bottom lane, you see Andromeda dropping off some Blight Stones for his teammate, but yeah, a little bit awkward for Andromeda as far as where he wants to end up here.
Yeah, it's better if he just stays hidden in the case, like somewhere in between top and mid, just stay hidden at all times, just make Haxran unsure on whether he can, like, you know, last it or not. Or just pick up a Veiled Rot in the outpost, or in the observatory, what's it called? Observatory.
Yeah.
And stand by, nearby in the mid. I mean, one puppet show into a puppet hold, an impalement level 2, and a chain reaction, and a common stun. I'm pretty sure the Pebbles is dead before he can even get his stun off. But so far, no gank attempts.
No, not going for an Haxran. You know, his farm's okay, 12-0, 240 gold per minute, considering against a double range here and Andromeda roaming around a little bit, not too shabby. Obviously, the Bloodlust kill helping a lot with that too. They happen again. Yeah, you imagine if that Bloodlust kill never happened. I mean, definitely he thinks it's gonna be much different right now, even. But he happened to catch Andromeda in a bad spot, and we're able to capitalize. So helping a little there.
Oh, Andromeda's gonna go down here, by the way. Midas is here level 6.
Oh, missed though. No, that did hit actually, but in the end, is it going to be enough? And now actually Midas in trouble. Midas will go down. Andromeda went down as well, but Pyromancer, he's also going to get caught. The kill field used to keep him in place, and they take him out. So it ends up being a 2-for-1. Only Andromeda, the one to die. I think Complexity very happy with that exchange.
Yeah, safe to say. There is a haste rune in the top lane as well. If Pebbles heads over there. I feel like he should now when the lane is pushing. Maybe he wants experience from these last creeps before he heads over.
Oh, he wants the kill is what he wants, and he's going to die for it. He will get it. He dove really far for it. But yeah, Probusk does manage to pick up the kill on Oscar there. Playing the
Nice.
Swiftblade, so good to pursue.
I missed that. What happened? Was it Fisher not even used?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of caught that halfway through myself, so I'm not sure if the Fisher was used or not. Or I want to say it honestly was almost just all clanks there, but
Yeah, it wasn't on cooldown at least after the kill. The
Yeah.
Fisher that is.
just a good chase, and eventually does enough damage for the kill, so you catch him off guard. Oh, Andromeda finds a hasted Pebbles over to the jungle. Haxor was a little slow to react right there. He is going to combo now, though, as Clanks runs in, and Haxor gets credit for the kill. But good assistance, and now Clanks is in a little bit of a rough spot, but he's got a Hawk in 1 second, so.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and pick up a mana pot at the same time.
It's so nice being able to do that as Clanks, man. No other hero can just do it as freely as he can, it feels like.
Wretched hag.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, it's a little bit of a cooldown there, so.
Yeah, and he puts himself in a risk as well.
Exactly, it's a lot riskier too. So, but yeah, able to get away right there, and Probusk, just like last game too, he is off to a great start here, and we'll see how
look
it
at this,
continues.
by the way, at the bot lane. Masera once again coming down for the room, but he's gonna get trapped again.
That's a quick kill, man. That was a really quick kill on Voodoo Puppet. Big reason for that, so good find.
A little bit of an overkill even. Now when Bubbles actually came in to help as well.
Yeah.
But, they get a kill at least, so.
Yeah, he didn't kill field, so that's good. Still
Yeah.
has that to use. Top lane, Invis, who's the Invis? Torturer. Yeah, he's going to try to position himself. This could be a kill. Swiftblade does have some slashes. Obviously the creep wave nearby, but even the first hit could be enough. Here comes the opening. Oh, he missed! He just missed, and Swiftblade gets blocked off as well. So Torture just a little slow right there.
Nice reaction by Cernia, by the way. I'm not entirely sure how he spotted Swiftblade that fast.
Yeah, the good reactions all across. I mean, from us too. Poor man's Portkey middle lane in the meantime. Pyromancer gets chucked in right there, going for the combo. And Puppet Master is going to be locked down. Great coordination from Druids. As Pyromancer, he will barely live on top of that. Yeah, just enough survivability there with the health potions and whatnot to stay alive. So good coordination coming out from Druids. And hey, they have a 5-3 hero kill lead. You know, we're talking about their lineup, and it's a greedy one, and they're going to be off to a slow start because of what they need, but they're up 5-3 hero kills here.
Yeah,
That's
that
big.
there are pebbles. I mean, especially free. Oh, on the pebbles in the mid lane, which I assumed he was going to have a lot of trouble with going up versus Torture Puppet Monster. And look at the top lane. Yeah, Swift Blade down.
Easy kill there. On to Swift Blade. So Asuka, he's getting nothing. 120 kill per minute, and the fact that that's third on his team is scary in itself. But yeah, he is not doing good at all. Meanwhile, Puppet, though, is doing decent and pushing the bottom lane in. Bubbles obviously leading the way overall. But Clanks is the big focus here.
Torture in the mid, by the way. If they have the kelp field, they could have killed him.
Yeah.
They gave it away a little bit. That was sloppy by them. They really need to address the pebbles before he reaches the pull key timing, because especially when you have two supports as well, you do not want the pebbles to get a fast pull key, and that's going to result in a lot of free kills for him. Or a lot of possibilities, at least.
Puppet Master getting pretty comfortable down here at the bottom lane, pushing it up pretty far, so you got to be a little careful if you're formless. And Midas gonna say hello, but not gonna do much else. What you got tonight in the top tower in the meantime? Triple stack Ancients are ready for Complexity, and they're gonna head on over to do that as a team here. Andromeda, Swiftblade, and Torturer. So that Aurora assistance, and Torturer comes in with the impalement, so gonna ideally give most of it to Swiftblade, I would guess. Maybe have Bubbles even come in, but
yeah, if they can kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little tougher than they expected, maybe. I mean, they don't have the greatest AoE damage here, so. And it's all, like, up front, so, yeah, it's not easy, apparently. But there we go. Now they're going to finish it off.
Yeah, it's gonna secure Ghost Marchers for Swiftblade at least, so he shouldn't be able, or he shouldn't be dropping anymore to a Behemoth Clanks combo. Or wait, is he gonna go for the Ghost Marchers? Now when I think of it, there is a Pebbles, there's a lot of Polkey and Burst at the Hellborn side. I mean, it could be an option to go for Steam Boots as well. Usually you want to be in the carry role if you do that though.
Yeah. Probusk, he is going the exact same build so far. He went the Thunderclaw, he just got a Life Tube, so that Nullstone yet again going to be coming out. You know, I think we kind of agreed last game, the Nullstone actually seemed like it worked out pretty well. It was just after that, you know, whether or not that proved to be the best choice. Middle lane, though, Kelfield comes out this time. Saga to see. The stun did happen just before it, but it's not going to matter. Still too much damage happening. And the catch from Complexity is successful, so good patience there. Take him out.
Yeah, nice kill. As long as they can address Pebbles, there's no initiation whatsoever for the Hellborn team, so that's a really good kill for them. But yeah, the Nullstone last game, yeah, it was successful to a certain point at least. Of course, they had the no Nullstone canceller in like the mid game, but as soon as tabletop commands started happening on the Midas and the Luna, like then it literally means nothing.
Yeah, kind of tapered off.
So it goes up and down, like depends on what kind of route you want to go for. If they would have gone for like the Behemoth timing with the pull key, and then when he hit the level 11, and they would have had a Nullstone on Clanks, then I would have agreed. But seeing as they were just sitting back, I don't think the Nullstone would be the best option.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it here. We'll see how it works out for him in this case. And again, will he ultimately go the same style of items, or now we'll have to wait and see. It's only 13 minutes in, so still a lot of game left here, I'm sure. Midas, they find Puppet Master. Yeah, he got exposed right there. That gave Puppet Master a little bit of time to react, and he's able to react with it. He's not going to stick around for the kill, and he still might actually. Oh, the Booty Puppet wears off. He's going to go over for the TP. He will be successful, so ends up being no kills in the end. But
I'm pretty sure that Andromeda could have swapped, though, if he wanted to. But
oh, yeah.
Maybe he wasn't. I think he was trying to get into range.
The range is, yeah, 750 at level 1. So right there he uses it to kill Pyromancer, though, at least. So they do get something out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Midas just get, you know, so he got exposed, and he actually fell back when he did it first, and then he went in. So he kind of stutter stepped right there. If he just committed to that kill, then very likely could have had it. But also well played by Formless, reacting in time.
Yeah, very well played by him, sidestepping all that. Getting the spells up and running as well. Pebbles looking for the bot rune. Andromeda is here though, and I think that the Aurora is going to be enough to scare him off. Never mind, he's gonna go. He's ballsy, man.
Yeah, Haxman ballsy, man. He boxes them out with the stalagmites. You see the double damage on the Puppet Show. Midas actually running away from it for good reason. That could be pretty scary, actually. So, but in the end, he picks it up, and now he's going to farm a little bit more with it. Where is he at? 1,500 gold saved up. So clean these up. If he gets all these last hits, he should have it. Will he get all the last hits, though? Probably not.
No.
Midas is like, but I want farm too. Well, that's what we're talking about, though. You know, they got a lot of heroes that want this earlier on farm, especially. So, kind of showing a little bit. Pebbles is just about there, though. Behemoth, he is also just about there.
Oh yeah, he's actually doing a really good job. Now when I'm looking at it, 1.8. I guess he's been up here for quite some time now. But wait, what did he just? Oh, he tried to Fisher, stun the Vulture Lord, I guess.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, trying to pull it.
It wasn't successful though.
Stack it.
Yeah, I tried to stack it. Yeah.
Oh well, just out of range. But yeah, Clanks comes over, cleans it up. Working towards finishing that Null Stone. But yeah, so he's going to have it with Pebbles here. So the portal keys are actually going to be decent timing in the end for Druids. And, you know, you look at complexity. Is that almost to a fault of them? It doesn't seem like they're maybe getting as aggressive as you think they should be, or...
Yeah, I think it's their or maybe I shouldn't go straight out and say it's their fault, like they're playing bad, but they're not taking full advantage of the lineup that they have, especially when you have two ranged supports this early on, and you're up versus a Behemoth Pebbles that can literally do nothing without their pull keys. I mean, just pick up some Veiled Rods. Just go for the gank attempts. I mean, Behemoth has been up here for 2 minutes or something, farming their pull key. I mean, it's so easy. It's enough with 2 supports to get a kill.
Clanks is found. He was hawking on through, and unfortunately, you know, it's not like a blink ability where you can kind of react really quickly. That is the downside compared to a blink, is that if you do get found like that, you're a lot more likely to get picked off if they have the jump on you. So that they do. He was just simply scouting out. And I almost want to say he maybe even wasn't even thinking about stealing the Ancients, but that obviously didn't work out right there. Yeah, that's a big kill for complexity. That kind of goes back to what we we're just talking about with.
Yeah, Pyromonster and Midas, by the way, up here. They are spotted, though, and here comes the Shroud from Formless.
Oh, boy. He should be able to get the 1-kill Pyromancer guaranteed. Yeah, just a Swift Play nearby cast. 3 hits, basically. Easy kill on a Pyromancer. It's a matter of can they get Midas now. He's going to go for the TPs, Swift Slashes. No, out of range. Ooh, the tower saw him at the last second.
Yeah.
He gets away, so... Surviving right there, but you know, again, just as we're talking about it, with maybe the lack of kills coming out for complexity, they get a couple, including one on Clanks, and now they're pushing middle tower on top of that. So things coming together here.
Investments now on top of Torture and Bubbles. So Bubbles is not going to be able to do too much. He doesn't necessarily have too much follow-up either. Puppet or Pyromonster went for Steamboat, so he's going to be very. Or he's not going to be mobile at all. Like, if he would have had the Striders, it would have been much easier to actually follow up on the Pebbles combo, just running with the Striders afterwards. But now with the Steam Boost, like, he requires a tablet or a pull key to even follow up on a Pebbles combo.
Yeah.
Look at this, though. There's a lot of ports down here.
And they want to kill the Swift Blade. Not going to happen, though. He TP's out before they get a chance. He was spinning on top of that, so maybe with no spin, Pebbles could have jumped, but obviously the spin completely negates any chance right there. And going to be fine. Triple stack Ancients, assisting a little bit, but Clanks, I'm sure, going to get the majority, if not all of those there. Still trying to finish that Null Stone of his. And again, the GPM, he's leading the way. 430 gold per minute despite dying here not too long ago. Yeah, definitely significantly more creep kills than anyone else in the game, too. So kind of continuing that trend. Obviously, that's what Clanks is good at, though. In the right hands, and Probus definitely knows what he's doing with that.
This was pretty much how game number 1 was looking as well. Like, they had a good opportunity, or they had a good farm on Clanks. They had early pull keys onto their heroes, but then they just weren't able to make anything happen. And the further the game went, I mean, the more map control complexity it got with the Shroud abilities and the heroes that they have. I mean, I think it's pretty much the same story this time. I mean, they got Shroud on Puppet Master, they got a Bubbles and Swift Blade with a lot of mobility. So unless the Hellborn team actually makes something happen, I feel like, or I fear that the same thing is just going to repeat itself.
There is the Nullstone purchase, but Neophyte's book, by the way, picked up by Bubbles. I think it may be a tablet here. Makes sense for...
Yeah, for the Nullstone, once again.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, one tablet completely nullifies the entire Nullstone for a Clank.
Nullifies
so,
the Nullstone. Go figure. Torture gets caught right here by a couple of heroes. Pebbles leading the way, but Swiftblade, he wants to return.
Behemoth.
But Behemoth stomps in first. Swiftblade takes a good damage. Pyromancer with the Blazing Strike gets a kill. Behemoth does fall in the long run too, but The 1-for-1 exchange in that skirmish, 2-for-1 overall. Pebbles, he's trying to get a chuck off right here about the Invis. Throwing in those plans. In fact, now Puppet Master going back in. Doesn't have an ultimate. He's going to get comboed, in fact, and he goes down. Formless was very confident right there, and he shouldn't have been. Because, yeah, he underestimated their damage, clearly.
That it did.
Well, that's
and,
good for Druids.
Clanks, yeah, Clanks was not even there during that entire fight, so that was really well played, or really good for Druids, actually. They're going to get a lot of momentum after that one.
Yeah, watching the replay right here. Yeah, again, all sort of with the torture getting picked, and he figured out they're just going to run away. That'll be that, but no, Behemoth jumping in. Then finishing off Swift Play. The burst is definitely real here on the Hellborn side. Pyromancer showing that. Pebbles, obviously. Yeah, and then Pebbles right there. I feel like they could have really turned on a Pebbles right there. Try to commit after he kind of jumped in and it messed up. Bubbles was nearby with the Kelp for the whole time, but... And then Puppet Master just basically suicides, as we were talking about at the end there. So, not too sure about that whole sequence of events.
Yeah, probably a little bit of miscommunication. Bubbles was just porting in, and he was like, I got Kelp feel, I got ultimate, and probably just got a little bit over-eager.
Yeah.
Right there.
Having them and actually using them are two different things. Obviously,
True that.
Didn't see them used right there, so.
They could get the kills here in the mid lane, though. As long as Andromeda just mans up, this is an easy kill on Pyromonster. Don't think they're going to get a kill on Midas, but easy kill onto Pyromonster at least.
Oh, there's the Kelfield jump, a Song of the Sea. He wants Midas. They want to really go for Midas. They screw him up with the swap right there. They get the 1 kill, and they will get the 2, so well played. Ultimate Warrior for Fuzzy Sloth. So,
okay.
Yeah, they end up getting both.
I have to blame, or he was silenced at first, but I mean, Elemental Warp, you could disjoint the comet with your Elemental Warp. Didn't happen there. Andromeda actually chose to swap first. Maybe that was to prevent Elemental Warp from happening.
Yeah, screwed him up.
Yeah, well played by Babu Ganoush, at least getting all of his spells off, as well as Fuzzy putting it up.
Yeah, once again, Baba Ganoush playing in South Korea here, so the latency definitely a little higher than usual for him, but clearly not phasing him too much. Luna last game, Andromeda this game. It's definitely been playing as what we'd expect, pretty normal and pretty well in the end for his team. So you got Clanks.
Oh, in the mid lane,
like
Fuzzy
the
is
same
going.
build. Is he going for the kill? He is. He gets it. And he's trying to run away now. Fuzzy Sloth making some big plays.
Yeah, this guy is a freaking beast. Just playing so well. Game number 1 and now game number 2 is completely carrying his team.
Yeah, well played there by Fuzzy Sloth, and 5-0-4 right now for him. I believe he didn't die in game 1 either, playing the Midas if I'm not mistaken. So he's going for the Undying here.
Wait, he didn't die at all?
I don't think he did. No. I remember somebody actually pointed that out in chat. And I double checked it. I'm pretty sure that was the case. So yeah, he was playing the Midas the first game. So.
He died once.
Did he
no,
die
he
once?
didn't. He didn't.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Formless died once.
Ha! Got it. Yeah, so he's
7-0-12, first game.
Yep, there you go. Quincy clarifying there. So got a pretty good day so far for Fuzzy Sloth. He's definitely ready to play here.
Yeah, and he's complaining about a freaking insane headache in before the series. Yeah, what a freaking liar.
Well, he needs more headaches then, man, because like this, #1 team right here. Yeah, he was a fun guy to hang out. I mean, obviously everyone was, and it's definitely cool meeting him. Fuzzy Sloth as well, and fun guy to hang out with at DreamHack. And his brother was there too, so that was actually really cool. Seeing the family there, and that's the cool thing about those events too. You know, you get the families that come every now and then, and get to hang out with them. So brings the whole event together. But
that it does. And now Torture needs to be careful. Midas, he's gonna get revealed, but he's gonna blink out after. There's an Astro, by the way, onto Torture, plus Steam Boots and Mystic, so what you got is really damn tanky at this point.
Jump on a Pebbles. Fuzzy Sloth wants another chance right here. He dodges the Stalagmites. He didn't even have to take cover right there. Swap on to Pebbles, and they're going to bring him right into team support. Bubbles is on fire, man. He's just dodging things left and right there.
Or the Hellborn team wants to fight.
However, he says, dodge this, does Behemoth. Jumping in right there. Puppet Master and Bubbles are going to be fine. And now the Swift Slash is coming out from Swiftblade. Big spread right here from the Hellborn team. They will find Behemoth, though. And that eventually should be a pick on him. So the fight does come to a conclusion there. Ends up being 2-0 in the long run. Fuzzy Sloth, Formless the final kill. Right there on Puppet Master. So, well, that all started with Bubbles. and then, kind of doing his thing, juking and jiving, getting the kill eventually, and getting them to react right there, which eventually got the behemoth kill. So good coordination.
This is just like game number 1 though, with the vision on the
It
map.
is,
Like
yeah.
Druids have no vision whatsoever, and I mean, like, it's gotta come down to the Behemoth and the Pyro Monster just going for greedy items. Like, of course, Behemoth wanted his pull key, and he's not necessarily the typical warder. Nice swap, a nice blink out by Masera. But Pyro Monster as well. I mean, he hasn't necessarily been warding too much. Now he's finally picking up the wards, but I assume that, especially when he went for the Steam Boost, he wanted to go for a pull key of his own to follow up on a Pebbles combination, but it's so greedy to go for all of these kind of blinks and just ignore the vision.
Yeah, the vision, no doubt, it's kind of, obviously the spectator, it's a little hard for us to tell sometimes what truly is like how the impact is happening, but yeah, no doubt it's definitely been hurting here for Druids throughout this game, and whether or not that's going to be picking up, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, you do got the ward aside on Behemoth right now, as well as Pyromancer going to place them here. But
I mean, they got free pull keys on the Hellborn side, but they can't do anything. They haven't been able to do anything throughout the entire game.
True. Yeah, I was actually looking at that final pick, and I was wondering if they're going to possibly go into Nymphora with that said. Try to get that presence of being able to kind of jump the opposition or maybe get some aggressive vision down, but they did go with the Pyromancer in the end. And he obviously is providing a lot of burst damage, which is good. The Blazing Strike now level 2, in fact. It's 675 magic damage. I mean, you do look at the life play of the Legion side, that's a lot of magic damage.
That it is. So now Hellborn team are, I think they are a little bit desperate. That's usually what happens when you have your hard carry in front, you're trying to push a tier 1 tower hitter in the mid.
Yeah.
They want to make something happen, they're just done with waiting. I mean, Haxoran is so freaking impatient at this point. First playing a Kraken that was not necessarily able to, or he wasn't able to accomplish anything during game number 1, and now in game number 2 playing an active hero like Pebbles having 3 early kills, then when he gets his full key, everything just stops, his team's momentum they're just running around in circles.
Yeah. So Oscar in the meantime clearing out some ancients here, trying to finish off a Firebrand, it looks like, so nothing too crazy, but getting his next tool. You got Puppet Master, Shrunken Head, trying to be worked on and finished off himself. Formless. I almost feel like, I mean, his GPM is actually pretty good. 385 gold per minute. He did go the Assassin Shot first, so yeah, I guess he did pass up the Whispering Helm here with that said, and just going straight into the Shrunken now. Figuring the lifesteal is not that necessary here.
Oh, Andromeda, that's the real one.
That is the real Andromeda, but the tablet helping initially. He does have a swap. Will he maybe use it on Swiftblade? No, he won't. That could have been a big play with Swiftblade spinning, perhaps, but he decided to play the safe route. Not get somebody else killed.
At least they're gonna get the tier 1 tower here in the mid. Or are they? Not entirely sure. I think the Hellborn team still could defend it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit risky, but they got the heroes for it.
Tower taking good damage. They're not going to. No, maybe. Invulnerability. Pebbles jumps really aggressive, but he completely whiffs the stalagmites. This is going to backfire most likely. Voodoo Puppet comes out. Easy kill on a Pebbles. They do lose a tower, but they got a Pebbles kill out of it. Midas, he'll fall back, and that will be it for Druid. So, hey, you mentioned earlier, Haxoran's getting a little impatient this series. Showed once again right there. Wants to try to get these kills, man.
Yeah, he's frustrated, that's safe to say.
Yeah.
Not being able to do too much.
Again, it's not,
this
although he has history playing, I mean, it's been a long time, though. Like I say, I'm talking about ancient history, man. This guy, he's been around the scene for a long time. He's definitely one of the older players on the scene. But early on, he was more that middle player, but of course, as of recently, what we've seen in the past, it's definitely been more of that true carry role. So, top lane Behemoth. That's an easy kill. Not to him, so. But yeah, definitely kind of wonder how much recent experience Haxoran does have playing not only the mid, but especially Pebbles in these tournament matches here. TMM's one thing, but...
Well, he's, it's not his, he's not playing poorly. I mean, he's playing, or maybe that jump in the mid was poorly played.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it just comes down to the draft. The fact that they cannot force towers. They cannot get the towers. So even if they get pull keys, they don't have any vision on the map, and they can't make anything happen. And of course, Pebbles cannot farm on the map, especially when a Clanks is taking all the stacks. So, yeah, it's a little bit too much of a greedy draft, to say the least.
Top tower. That's going to be an easy kill, most likely. Yes, it will be. Clanks is nearby. But he's not the one that's going to be initiating. He wants to fight. And I don't know about this, though, because Puppet Master, yeah, he's looking for a chance. That's an illusion down here in Midas. Though,
oh, look at that.
Okay. That could have been costly. But the Midas illusion does not bait anything out in the end. And they will fall back
They
from
got
it.
some vision on the map now, so I feel like the Hellborn team should be able to set up a kill here. If they go for it straight off in the mid here. But I don't know what they're doing now. They're looking to do Kongor maybe instead.
Yeah, I was thinking Kongor, but not really. I mean, okay, yeah, they are. Blocking them off with Behemoth. Saying GG. And Clanks will just pounding the auto attack, so.
There's no vision from the Legion team, and I don't think that I expect the Kongor kill to happen. Maybe they do, Fastlock jumping in.
Yep, now he knows.
Hell's got an invisibility rune this time, not a Veiled Rod, so this might be a good opportunity though for a Hellborn team.
Yeah, and the illusion spots out a couple hacks are in. It's a matter of how ballsy he is right here. Obviously, he doesn't want to go too crazy, and knowing that his team's in a good position right here for Kongor, but maybe catching them off guard could be a big thing too. Granted, you want your team to be able to follow you up usually, so it's going to come down to a lot of communication right here.
Yeah, Behemoth is still level 10. He would really benefit from the 11, so he should, in my opinion, go into the forest and try to farm it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not if they're actually committing to Kongor, but if they're going to steal it. I don't know if they're comfortable enough taking this team fight.
Does neither team have a bound eye? It doesn't look like it. So, yeah, neither team has a bound eye here, so the Assassin Shroud and whatnot, but you see the Rev Ward, of course. But yeah,
I just feel like they should place a ward here so they got control over Kongor and then go and get 11 on Behemoth before they take the fight. Because Legion team, I mean, they're not going to be able to kill Kongor for themselves as long as the Hellborn team is there. I mean, you do not want to jump into an area like that versus a Behemoth, Midas, Pebbles.
Oh, they're going back in. I agree, though. It seems like he's spending a lot of downtime here. Now, granted, they may get Kongor in the end, but it was a little risky at the same time.
Legion team is never going to let it happen, though. They're just waiting for it to get low.
That's true, yeah. Do they have vision in the pit, though? They don't necessarily have vision in them. They got this one here, but they can't really see Kongor's life the best, so.
Nope, they
cannot. That easy. Scouting it out.
They are using Aurora from time to time. Oh, nice take cover.
Bubbles, good dodge right there. And, well, he's going in. He wants a quick kill on a Pyromancer. He may get it shortly after he will, but at what cost here? He needs that team support now. Andromeda's ready to swap. If need be, he's going to need to. No, he couldn't get it off in time, but now Voodoo Puppet on a Midas in the meantime. There's the Shockwave from Behemoth, level 1, but still plenty of damage. Down goes Torture, Bubbles is dead, and Puppet Master also falls. A hat trick for Probusk, and they're going to now finish off Kongor, it looks like. Well, we've been giving Fuzzy Sloth a lot of praise here, but that was a really greedy push-in.
Oh my god, he's gonna. I don't know though. I actually felt like that was the right decision from his part. Like it was so beautiful in the silence and all. It was just, if he would have had a swap, I mean everything would have been perfect. But Babagunrush, could have easily just tabbed it himself and got into range, but he got slowed by the bang ability and just wasn't able to reach it. But I mean, they still got 3 kills, now 4, because Behemoth dies to Kongor. So I think that could have gone either way actually.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching the replay right here, and yeah, so he kind of just was forced to go in with the jukes that he made initially and got the early kill. But yeah, it did seem like, Andromeda was very hesitant to commit right there. Went uphill, went downhill, went uphill again. By the time, the slopes really screwed him up, and then Behemoth had the position right there. They get a big shockwave off in the background, allowed Clanks to pound an auto attacks, and there's the hat trick coming out. So, yeah, overall, definitely a beautiful fight from Druids right there, and now you got a token on Clanks. And, again, very similar to last game. He is going the exact same build with the wing bow, but it does feel like it's a little different at the same time. That they're able to get their initiations here, and, if that continues,
a little bit different, but it's still like Legion team still got a late game, I feel, if they get the BKBs up. That was what happened during game number 1. Like, as soon as they got Behemoth, gonna find Andromeda. He got a tablet, never mind, tablet is cool down. No, but as soon as they got the BKBs or the Shrunken Heads in game number 1, I mean, they were just able to initiate whenever. As long as they jumped as 5, they were winning the team fights. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen in this game, more or less.
Yeah.
As long as they just commit as 5, jump in, I mean, the Hellborn team is not going to be able to do too much. It depends on Clanks if he's going for a different item as well, if he's actually going to deal a lot more damage than in the last game. Because Puppet Master is not as fat as Swiftblade was in game number 1. But I still think that Druids should commit a little bit more, or try to be a little bit more offensive than they currently are.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Puppet Master is definitely not very scary just yet, at least. You know, he was doing very well in Swiftplay last game with his farm, and almost not necessarily keeping up with Clanks, but was definitely doing a little bit better than he is doing here. So he's trying to finish a Savage Mace here, and I don't even know if he's going to be able to get it, though, before this bottom push happens, because Druids is making it a point that they're going to do it here. 2.5 minutes on the token. They want to do it now. And that Hawk ability opened quite a bit there. Some good damage to the tower, but not enough, actually, and I guess Druids is going to fall back.
I think this is their moment, more or less, to make something happen. I don't see them getting any item that is going to help them too much. I mean, it is if it Clanks, it gets another DPS item. But, I mean, a token, I feel like they should put more pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes the same thing as last game, Assassin's Shroud and Naganjiro is what we will be seeing here on Clank, so...
Yeah, then he will taper off. He's so strong right now. He's so far ahead of everyone else in the game, but... Yeah. I mean, he's going to hit level 25 in the near future as well, and then his experience gain is going to stop.
Yeah, no, I do kind of hope that it is going to be a Savage Mace, but... Again, if he does the same thing as last game, then expecting the Assassin Shroud, so we'll see what ProBusk does commit to here. As far as this next item in line, you see the tower. In the meantime, it's going down pretty quickly. Bubbles, a good attempt right there to deny it, but this time not enough. And Clanks easily gets it and going to continue the push. Still has a minute 20 on the token. Not going to go for the base, though.
Tier 2 towers instead. 3 tier 2 towers, but I mean, they're wasting a lot of time doing this because the entire Hellborn team is always behind the Clanks as well. While the Legion team, well, now they're stuck into the base. They have been farming the Hellborn Forest quite frequently. Look at that, he's actually...
Oh man, they're jumping in. Yeah, he got caught out right there. Clanks is dropping. He may end up falling, maybe not. Torture goes down. He popped the shrunk and it completely turned that right there. Now, he is in an awkward spot, though, because 45 seconds on the token. Doesn't have the most life. Doesn't have life steal or anything like that.
Man, the fuck up.
Yeah, it's... Well, I gotta be really careful. It's either you commit this next creep wave or there is no creep wave. What am I saying? You see the top lane. It's being heavily pushed to my complexity, so...
I mean, they got a Storm Spirit as well, which is very good versus the Puppet Master Ultimate, so I really feel like they should have committed a little bit more. Maybe not to the top lane, but... Just with the token in general, I feel like they should have kept going for the bot racks instead of going for the tier 2 tower top and in the mid. But yeah, okay, now experience is even. Hellborn team still up 4k gold, but as soon as the BKBs hit, man, Hellborn team is going to taper off a lot. Pebbles, Midas, and Behemoth, Pyromonster, like all of them, like gonna deal nothing.
Well, as soon as they hit, but I mean, I'm looking at the Legion side, and Shrunken Heads aren't necessarily being built here.
Yeah.
So
not quite yet, I guess.
You got Puppet Master obviously already having one, but yeah, Swiftblade, he's definitely not anytime soon. Granted, he has a spin, but you got Torturer.
Yeah. He went for Storm Spirit without any mobility items whatsoever. I don't think it's going to be helpful. Usually you want to combine it with a pull key or maybe even a tablet just so that you can get into range. Like, it's ultimately best to have a pull key, of course, for obvious reasons. But, I mean, Torturer are going to have to run in to place it on the Puppet Master, who's in trouble. It's just going to take too long. I feel like he should have gone for BKB instead.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he hits level 16, I mean, Torture deals tons of damage, even if he's a support.
Yeah, Midas also with that Storm Spirit pickup and the post haste on top of that. So Massera trying to go for some map control here. Frostwolf Skull, okay. Coming up from Clank. So it's different, but is that really the damage option that we're looking for?
It's still not entirely what we're looking for, is it?
No.
I mean, I felt like it was odd that he actually skipped the Ice Brand last game. I mean, it wasn't the ProBusk that I usually know, but it's going to return to this.
So he comes back to it this game, though, but Yeah, again, as far as true damage output, sure, it does bulk him up quite a bit now. He does have 2,700 life and strength steam boots, so that helps. And obviously the slow is great, but as far as actual right-click damage auto attacks, it's still not necessarily the most threatening here from Clank, so he's going to need to rely a lot on his team support to have the lockdown for him, which definitely has happened here in this game, and can happen. Savage Mace picked up by Puppet. He doesn't have a buyback now. He commits to it. So getting that before, or getting that knowing that a push is coming. Clank's plus Frostwolf is 5-0 apparently. Okay, well, that's if anything the reason he got it then.
I remember the last time he picked up a Frostwolf, or at least last time I cast it when he picked up a Frostwolf on Clanks. And he was just like, the moment he picked it up, he was so confident. He was like, I'm tanky now, I'm not gonna drop in teamfights. And then I can't recall what team it was, but they just jumped 5 man onto the Clanks and one-shotted him in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So even if you, so even if you're like, okay, he's quite tanky on paper, he's still gonna drop in seconds if a Savage Mace Puppet Monster puts in his ultimate on top.
Top lane, a little bit of back and forth going on, but that's fake Andromeda, obviously, so just kind of scouting it out and getting some more information. Frostburn finish on Swiftblade, so not the most threatening item ever, but at least a little progression there from Asuka. And, you know, he is at a point where he almost would have rather seen him gone more of that Brutalizer style here.
Yeah.
Because this isn't really doing a whole lot, it feels like.
Like, with a portal key, I mean, jump on straight on top of the Clanks with a Brutalizer and start hitting him. Like, it's gonna help, or it's gonna be so helpful just to keep the Clanks stunned for a small duration. But a Frostburn, like, what is that going to help? Like an Ice Brand, it's not necessarily going to slow Clanks too much.
Yeah.
Oh, Pebbles.
Uh-oh, Haxorn's in trouble! Fuzzy Sloth finds him, immediate Sheepstick.
Was that just a random shell surf?
I believe it was. I mean, there's nothing else. Like, he just happened to be scouting it out, and
maybe the word of sight here on the hill kind of spotted Pebbles a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, he's probably over here, so I'm gonna try a shell surf. But yeah, still well played by Complexity and Fuzzy, getting that pick off. And there's no buyback. I'm not quite sure if they're gonna be able to capitalize on it, but they could potentially pick or make this into a base trade scenario.
16 Midas, and Behemoth down here farming it up a little bit, but no, there's no base trade to be had. They're all pouring to the bottom lane, and they may try to jump Clanks right here. Oh, this is big. If they can get Clanks, Puppet Master now, again, the Nullstone causing issues. And you see right there, it's just not going to happen, so whew, that was really close, though, to a big kill. But he does survive, and Clanks another 3,100 gold saved up now. 660 gold per minute, just about 435 creep kills at 41 minutes in. So very similar to last game as far as just the immense amount of farming that he's had. You do look at his teammates, though. I mean, the next closest is 290 Midas. So it does go back to this idea that he's soaking up so much farm, which, yes, is good, but at the same time, it is taking away a little bit from his teammates, you figure.
Yeah, and he's going to be full slotted soon as well, so he's not going to have too much of item progression after that.
Yeah.
They need to finish this in the near future.
Yeah.
I don't see why they're waiting. I mean, there's not a single item that they're waiting for. I mean, it would have been if the Midas were really close to a Sheepstick, then I could have seen them sitting back a little bit, but I don't see any reason. Now with the Congar, okay, they're going to commit to Congar. I guess that's what they have been waiting for.
Fissure's still to block, and yep, here we go with the Congar. Is this the third one? I think it's the second one this game, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hard to remember sometimes in the series here, but yeah, I believe this is the second one here for Game 2. So no bananas just yet, and this one's going to be a free. Well, maybe not. Complexity is coming in now. Portal Key just used on Bubble, so he is going to shell surf in, scout it out. They need to go now, though, if they want to.
Oh, the Veil Rod by
They need to go now. They need to go now. He jumps in. Did he get it? No, yes, he did. Yeah. Swiftblade steals a token of life. In the background, no initiation. So Swiftblade gets it and runs out. Oh, my gosh. All right.
Okay.
Well,
that's awkward.
That's like never happened. The guy jumps in to steal a token, and then no one dies.
Nope. That's probably a first.
Yeah. That has to be. I mean, the fact that nobody died. But that goes back. That really, that's on Druids. I mean, they did not contest that at all. They basically
They
said,
didn't,
you know what, you got it?
yeah.
Okay, fine, we're getting out of here.
It was actually well played by Oscar because he ran in with Veiled Wrath, so they had no vision on him whatsoever. So they weren't able to stop him. Then he just blinked straight on top of Clanks, got a token of life, and Puppet Master already used his BKB, so they couldn't initiate on him either.
Well, so now you got a non-token alive team here as Clanks, by the way, he sold the Thunderclaw, now picked up the Assassin Shroud, so he is going to still go that in the end. And again, I see that this I just don't get. But anyways, Swift slashes. It will take out Pyromancer right off the bat. 80 to the turn damage, doing some decent, but not enough. Astrolabe Appeal, nice swap out, and Andromeda also getting away in the long run. So got the kill, got on out. Well played.
Yeah. Once again, though, like I mean, now they got a Bondi on the Legion seat as well, so they're gonna get the map control back under control. And Hellborn team, I mean, they are missing their timings every single time, I feel. And he's gonna go for that Assassin Shroud. Did we mention that?
Yeah, so I was just talking about that, and it's like, I don't get it. It's just, you win a Frostwolf Skull, for Christ's sake. You have 2,800 life. You have a Shrunken and Null Stone. Why do you need an Assassin Shroud on top of it all? As actually is going to be jump right with a Sheepstick, but going to be fine for now. But Swiftblade jumping in on top of that. Behemoth, the Shockwave, but Shrunken Heads are up. Puppet Master, his own Shrunken is up and doing plenty of auto attack damage himself. Will get the kill on a Pebbles, but at what cost here? Storm Spirit keeping it alive a little bit longer. Clanks is trying to do enough damage, but well, guess what? It isn't enough. Swiftblade in the meantime, though, maybe he's in trouble. Yes, it looks like he is. He will go down. Nice catch from Pyromancer as well. And they're going to chase is Druids, but minus 2 shot by Puppet Master right there. However, they will get another kill.
Might pay for it, though.
As Puppet Master, yep, bang comes out. He can't really dodge these, and he does fall in the end. So a double tap for Probusk coming out right there. And I will say his tankiness definitely helped big time there in that fight. As several times they tried to jump him, it seems like, and he was able to survive through it. So, well, we still got game left.
Look at Babuganush as well. Up here at the top lane, he tried to escape and he was successful.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's in a top spot. 4 seconds left on his port. Do you want to wait for that to get back up, or do you just want to take a risk and run through the forest?
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to say. It's I think you take the risk. I mean, we see right now it's actually pretty open, but you know, obviously he doesn't necessarily know that. So I think he's just going to wait it out at this point. Yeah, only
Looks
20
like
seconds
it, yeah.
remaining. So just going to be safe here. As Clanks is bottom lane and 45 more 100 gold saved up. So obviously at this point going to finish a Gunjiro now. And maybe rebuy a Shrunken Head after that, but basically will be full at that point. So you look at his teammates.
Post haste and double buyback is always powerful as well. But yeah, rebuying the Shrunken Head is probably going to come here in the near future.
Man, there are no Auros in this game other than Abyssal Skull and Swiftblade. Neither team is really doing the best job at getting Auros here. It is a little bit better than Legion because they also have like an Astrolabe on top of the Abyssal Skull. But yeah, the Hellborn side, nothing. There's no Ring of the Teacher. There's no Soul's Bulwark. You know, anything like that. So
no Plated Greaves. No, nothing.
yeah, they're missing out definitely there, but not prioritizing it here.
Seems like they are actually going to commit to this at least. He just bought the Genjuro, or he just got a Genjuro delivered. I'm not quite sure if he got enough money for a buyback.
Well,
should be close.
Flying on in right here. That's going to be a quick tower kill. Well, my vulnerability is stopping it a little bit, but everyone TPing back. Is that anything real? Minus is up top, actually.
Yeah, that's a very interesting position.
Wondering what the hell he's doing. He does have post haste, but stun. Okay, he did post haste. Okay.
I mean, why not use them sooner than later to just get the cooldown back up?
Yeah. Well, I think he was checking to make sure that they weren't pushing top. He's going to do something about it if they were, but in the end they didn't. So he does join them now, though. Again, there is no token here or anything. It's just a matter of.
Look at his winged courier as well. Like they're very careful about this backdooring.
The homecoming stones on them. Yeah. Got that ready to go. So.
I almost think that I should wait for the Midas post haste to get back up again, just so he could rebuy or buy back and port in again, in case he were to die. But yeah, okay, so they want to commit to this. Is this the right choice? I mean, they have been so patient through the entire game or throughout the entire series, and now suddenly there's gonna create a 5-on-5 clasher in the enemy base.
Yeah, I will say we're criticizing a lot of the damage potential of maybe Probusk and whatnot, but honestly, the Legion side is not necessarily the most either, and we kind of saw that last fight. Swift play, that goes back to his style of build, and yeah, he does have the portal key, but the Frostburn is just really not the greatest follow-up to it. Savage Maze, of course, is plenty on Puppet, so he's dealing a good amount, but you know, other than that, it does drop off quite a bit, so Bubbles is, you know, attempting to do a decent amount with a Sheepstick now, especially. In fact, there's a swap right there. They catch Clanks. Will they be able to commit for the kill? Storm Spirit comes out, trying to save him. The auto attacks from Puppet Master. He has to stand his ground. The evasion procs are working, and Puppet Master will fall. Shockwave comes out. The tankiness is successful for Clanks right here. He is still alive in the background, flying away. They want to chase him down. Puppet Master buys back. Everyone is up right now for the Legion team. Will it work out of the end? No, it will not. He's still alive. The evasion's doing so much work. There's the Ganjiro. He's looking to turn out. Needs to be careful with the counterattack, though, against Whiplet right here. But another bang. He's turning it one more. He gets the kill. It's a bloodbath streak, but finally, Clanks is picked off, and now Pebbles in trouble. Pebbles will go down. Midas off to the side. He's in, no, he wants to fight, actually. Yeah, he's going to go over this fight. Clanks buys back, and he turns on a Puppet Master. So the buybacks are very successful right here. And now Torture gets caught. Torture's going to fall. So Clanks does work out in the end. He gets the team help he needs. And I think Druids may be able to start pushing in right now.
And there's another buyback on Puppet Monster. I think that he has to juice it. I mean, Swiftblade has one as well, but I don't know. I feel like this is the time to use it, if any.
You see right there, melee racks going down easily. So.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna be able to get the mid tower as well. I mean, why not just buy back sooner than later once again? I mean, it's the same principle. I mean, now they buy back, but now they've already dropped one side of tracks.
Yeah, now the tower here middle. Swiftblade spinning in, but not the greatest catch, so they want to get Pyromancer. Bubbles commits to it, he doesn't end up getting it, so works out there. Swap on a Midas, actually, and Midas in a lot of trouble. Midas may end up falling here. Clanks, in the meantime, running into Bubbles. Bubbles still locking him down. Can Midas go down? Yes, he will go down. Bubbles able to avoid. In fact, he catches Clanks. Not going to be able to get a turn, though. Clanks, again, just a little too beefy. And yeah, I got to say that this build of Proboss honestly has worked out pretty well this game for him. So, man, maybe it's sexy to see the big damage and Savage Mace, things like that. But he's confident that he knows what he's doing with this build. And obviously it has shown this game. Right here, so oh wow, the trash talk is real. But 700 gold per minute Clanks now. Obviously, he basically has a full inventory here, so that really doesn't mean a whole lot in the end. Oh, double damage rune, by the way.
That's going to be quite effective.
Yep.
They do have a bottle. No, it's almost like they should buy a bottle. Either that, or they wait for the Kongor to spawn and then pick up the DD, but
yeah, they might be doing, or Ion Stone. Okay, it was got an Ion Stone at least, but
oh, that's a pretty nice tool as well.
Yeah, pretty cheap tool to have. So
yeah, look at the war side; it's like all surrounding the freaking DD.
Yeah, they really. So they are just gonna protect it until Kongor. It looks like.
Where did the Clank support, by the way? Oh, he put it back to base.
Rebought the Shrunken. It looks like.
All right, damn.
So,
yeah, the Storm Spirit, Hellborn or the Legion seems somehow they need to deal with the Midas before they go for the Clanks, because otherwise he's just going to get Storm Spirited, and then the Puppet Monster Ultimate's not going to be effective.
You do see Legion side again. They ultimately defend the middle and the top, so this game still has so much left in it right here. I mean, sure, they lost the bottom racks, but definitely not the end of the world for them. You got Swiftblade, who's gonna have an exterior item. In fact, he has enough for the Brutalizer and one more creep kill here. There we go. I really wonder if he's gonna get that here or not. He also, obviously, buyback is important too, but it just really continues to feel like the whole Frostburn is just not doing a whole lot here for him.
It's doing absolutely nothing, I feel, at this point. He needs a Brutalizer.
Ooh, middle lane. Jump chances coming out right here.
What happened with the DD, by the way? Where is it?
Oh, I don't know actually, but here comes a jump from Pebble. Shockwave follow up. Puppet Master. He's nearly dead off the bat. Storm Spirit. He dies shortly after. Clanks is still well alive in the background, standing strong with that Shark Cadet. Gets a hat trick. He's looking for the quad kill. He's looking for even the annihilation if possible. Hat trick coming out indeed. And now Switchblade trying to go away. No, he gets pulled back in. He goes down. And only the sole survivor is Bubbles right here. He's going to try to juke out a little bit. Looks like he is going to be successful. At least initially, but now Kongor's
up. For a big play.
Yeah, he's going to try to ninja dust. Well, play with a dust. It scouts it out, and yeah, forces him to fall back. So this is going to be an easy Kongor kill. Now this will be bananas now this time as well. Who do you get the token to? Because Clanks clearly doesn't need it.
I guess he could drop. Oh, Bubbles is here as well.
Oh, wow, he actually did come in, Fuzzy Sloth. I did not even think that he was even going to be remotely trying, but he did. And obviously that did not work out, so. Wow. Well, he's dead. And now you got the bananas.
Got a token, it seems.
Pebbles? Okay, yeah. That's what I was going to say. I mean, Clanks clearly does not need it here.
Yeah, he can pick up a sheepstick now on his own. He doesn't need to care about the buyback. He got a token.
Yeah.
Oh, and Probus just poured straight in as well.
Yep, he's going over the back door here. Why not? While they're occupied, Puppet Master's resurrecting right now, but he may get the racks before. Oh, he decided not to stick around. Minus. There's a sheep
Bananas
stick.
are there if you want to use it.
I could use it. It's unlocked.
Or I think he almost saved it.
Maybe.
Looks like I'm not getting out there anyway.
Yeah.
Andromeda still here. Puppet Master with all her spells as well.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely continuing to be very interesting right here. Druids are trying to split the series in the end where Complexity's trying to sweep it, get that extra bonus point
he's going to find Behemoth.
Bubbles will find Behemoth. The sixth sense, man. He just knows these angles here. He knew exactly where he would be, and he gets the kill as a result. So Bubbles, 12-2-9 here.
Look at the mid.
As Probus is being sneaky. Yep, that's the Genjiro, the Hawk ability. That's what he can do, man.
Yeah, Fuzzy's playing out of his mind. He's been playing this series to perfection. Like, I'm really impressed by his plays. Unfortunately, his team is not winning here, but oh, Pebbles, that's a little bit bolty though.
Yeah, that's going to be Jeff Puppet Master. And he does have a buyback. He uses it immediately. This could be the last fight right here. Torturer, no, actually not just yet. Swift Slash is going in. We'll get the kill to Pebbles. Off to the side. Remember, he had a token, though, so he's going to come up. Pebbles is still chasing. They do lock down Swiftblade in the background, or excuse me, and Pebbles. They get the kill. Pyromancer, he is also chased down. So a couple of kills happening for Complexity right there. At least chase them out.
No buyback on Pebbles, but Pyromancer got one, so does Behemoth. Behemoth is actually going to spawn now, so he's got one on top of that. Clank's going to continue to backdoor. Torture is down here, but there's nothing that he can do. One versus the Clanks. He needs to be careful.
Yeah. As far as GPM goes, here right there, Quit's pointing out, this is the most impressive Clanks performance we've seen. And up there with the tops that we have ever seen, outside of Salamon, that is, but he's going to be falling back in the end. I mean, 17, 2-5 also helps with the amount of creep kills he's had, so it makes sense. And again, it's just been a superb game here for Probusk playing the Clank. So 7,300 gold saved up. Again, we're in that spot now of what do you do with this money? You got so much money, now what do you do with it? There's obviously the whole Air Force idea with the codexes, the puzzle blocks, the things like that, so. And obviously buyback.
There should be a few options. I mean, you can always go for the courier, of course, with the ship stick and all, or with the puzzle box Whispering Helm. I don't know. I don't know if you want to get rid of your Nullstone. I mean, there's a lot of ship sticks, but as long as you got a clan or a BKB off, like he rebought it as well, so he got 8 seconds. It should be enough for the team fights. So I almost feel like if there is an item that he should sell, it's a Nullstone.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. I think selling the Nullstone here, and instead of getting that Savage Mace that I really want to see.
Yeah, I mean the fight kind of feels the same effect as Nullstone with the True Strike, but of course, I mean there's a lot of damage in Savage Mace.
Yeah.
You could go for Rift Shards as well, level 4. Just keep pounding on. Or the Doombringer, if you want to be really badass.
And there's the Doombringer. That's the option too, yeah. He does have one more buyback here, so probably not going to see that just yet, but Yeah, the way this game's going, could possibly be a Doombringer game. Maybe on Puppet Master for that matter. Granted, he's not farming too well now. Yeah, Formless has really died off a lot. He's also used the 2 buybacks here, so I mean, he's been sitting on the same items for a long time now. It feels like 10, 15 minutes even. So it's he has not been able to snowball at all. Meanwhile, Oscar's 5,000 gold saved up. Really wouldn't want to see an item on him upgrade because he too has had the same items, which really aren't that great for 58 minutes into the game. A portal key Frostburn is nothing basically. So I mean, I don't know what he's going to go for here, but
Oh, he actually went for okay. Let's
What?
see. No,
Oh, okay.
nothing. But it's just a rift charge, and all.
oh, he did go
On the
rift
planks.
shards. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, level
Just
4.
level 4. There you go. All right then.
Look at Savage Mace, by the way, being purchased here by Swiftblade. Instead of the Brutalizer, he goes for Savage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you can get that, obviously the Brutalizer is the cheaper option, but he was at a point where he felt comfortable being able to do that. He's going to get the full there. There we go. So, no buyback. That's the only big difference here, but hell, he has a Savage Mace. That's good. Puppet Master! Uh-oh. He went a little too far, perhaps. There's a Shrunken Head. They're committing right here. Axion, the swap out on the Pebbles, actually. Swift Slash is doing a lot of damage to Clanks in the background, but it's not enough for the kill, and now it's Swiftblade. He's the one dying by the Sheepstick. Clanks will be picked off when it's all said and done. He does have a buyback, though, and he has post-haste, remember. Behemoth, the Shockwave, they kill Puppet Master. He is not buying back right here. Behemoth is about dead, but guess who's back? It's Clanks, ladies and gentlemen. Bubbles is picked off, and this could be the final push. Yep.
Yeah, that's a GG. There's no way they can hold this now. I mean, Bubbles got 1 buyback, but Torture actually got 3.2k gold as well, but yeah, this Clanks is just too fat at this point.
Yeah. He got way too big, and I will see, you know, again, the first game too, there was a lot of criticism on the supporting cast of Druids, and this game they stepped it up big time, and we've seen a lot of great Behemoth initiations. Pebbles, Haxor's done a pretty good job as far as jumping in there, and definitely the supporting cast has been there for Clanks and making use of that farm. So this game, it's all connected a lot better here.
They have to swap him in, but they...
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what, even if they do, you're probably going to kill him anyway. So it's just like, it's a lose-lose right here for complexity, no matter what they do. Mega Creep spawn, and there's the jump even on the Bubbles. There's the swap coming out, but I think the end is officially just about here. As they're diving the well now, that really just means that the game's basically over anyways. Bye, Doombringer. Clanks, do it. He's not doing it.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, in fact, he's gonna die. So probably good reason. Look at that. He's owning Behemoth too. Okay, he does go down. So he doesn't have a buyback.
Go for the throne.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a buyback, so there's still nothing here, but it's making it a little interesting, I guess. Here we go. So they're gonna try to push out now. Mega Creeps is not easy though. There's a reason they're called Mega Creeps. They will wreck you. So they're gonna try to be sneaky with this. You got Puppet Master and Swiftblade going on in. I mean, they don't even have any racks killed, so it's not like they can just quickly try to go in and kill the shrine. They have to still at least kill one of the racks.
Or one of the towers is enough, actually.
Or one of the towers. That's true, actually, just the tower. But they're not even going to do that here. I mean, okay, yeah, they are. They're going in here. They jump Pebbles, actually. Swiftblade doing some good damage to him. Will eventually get him killed. And he does not have a buyback.
It's 20 seconds though for the Clanks.
Yeah, there's vulnerability. I'll delay it a couple seconds here. Oh, God. Really?
Oh, my God. That's so mean.
We want to think about this here. The strat pause.
Is it, what? This can't seriously be a strat pause.
It's, well, you guys trolling, but I assume it's not actually a strat pause, but, you know, well, maybe it is actually. I mean, they want to make sure that they don't lose this game at the same time, so maybe it is.
Clanks is out in 20 seconds, though. Like,
yeah. I think your strat is Clanks, Resurrect, and own them. That's your strat right here. So really not
Bubbles
too much.
is going to have post haste and or he's gonna have the post haste. He can easily sell his steam boots and buy post haste and get there as well. Oh wait, there are no creep support, so never mind.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't got puzzle box or anything like that, do they? No.
No.
So that's an issue.
Yeah, this is was that or yeah, it's simply not going to work. Even if it's a nice
Well,
attempt.
to be fair, they need somebody to defend too. I mean, Torture can't do it by himself, so really just having Bubbles and Torture back to defend probably makes sense. But yeah, just with the three at the same time, they're probably not going to be able to ultimately break through. So I really think this is a losing effort in the Inver Complexity, but they're making it interesting till the very end here. And we'll see if they can. But I will remind people again, no matter what happens here, this is the final game for today. Obviously, these are only 2-game series, guys. So Druids is attempting to try to split the series. And thus, they each would get 1 point for it. But 20-plus kills. Previous one was 21, and it took 73 minutes on Malakin. Yep. So it's 24 and 7 hero kill stats here for Probus. Definitely an impressive performance indeed. But again, the supporting cast has most certainly been there as well.
That it has. At least more than game number 1.
It's fun to be back, though. Fun to be back with some Han here. Obviously, we're on a little bit of a break there, about 2.5 weeks or so. Lots changed kind of behind the scenes, but in the end, back with Honcast and back to the same thing here in the end. So, with that said, starting back today, but we will be returning also on Thursday, as far as coverage continuing. Thursday, July 9th, both at 12 p.m. Eastern as well as later at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 Central European Time. We got 2 matches for each of those set of times. Actually, 2 matches for the first one, 3 matches for the second. Anyways, I believe we'll be covering Druids versus Reason Gaming for the first series. And then going to be looking to cast Druids versus Sync Esports for the second series. So a lot of Druids action coming at you. But we're going to see Reason Gaming. That'll be fun seeing them again. Obviously, they're the runner-ups of DreamHack, and man, they were so close to winning DreamHack. They were up 1-0, don't forget, in the grand finals against MORR. Eventually lost it 2-1, but
they were a little bit disappointed after that, of course, as everyone else, or as you would expect. Yeah, exactly, being up 1 game in the finals. But they beat Sync, so yeah.
They beat Sync. They had to beat BMG twice in the group stages. I mean, it was ridiculous. Why are you watching this? Let's just say, especially after DreamHack, I think it's a pretty safe assumption that players aren't liking Clanks as far as where he's at right now.
No, they're not.
Maybe he needs a little bit of nerfs here and there. So
it's just, yeah, you can pick up pretty much every single item build, as we have seen here. Like, you don't necessarily even have to go for this kind of like pure damage items. You still deal tons of damage.
Yeah. With
your like abilities.
Yeah, that's what it goes back to for me, is that he's basically he's almost like a crazy buffed and a very mobile Draconis. Like, I know when Draconis first appeared on the scene, like, he was really strong because he got those core items, and it's just he pressed R, and it was ridiculous in team fights with the AoE aspect. And, you know, he does a lot of magic damage, especially earlier on in the game, too. And the Clanks is kind of similar to that, with he deals a lot of magic damage. He has that big AoE presence with the Goon Squad and the Lackey constantly doing his thing. But on top of all that, he also can fly over cliffs, and he has the constant mobility, where it's basically the flight that Draconis has, but he can actually fly over cliffs. It's not just a speed increase. So, yeah, I think it's just kind of a steroided version of Draconis in a sense, and that kind of shows too. So
that's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you do compare the two heroes, they actually do have a lot of similarities. So, but yeah, in the end, I definitely, he's one of those, like, I know we get a lot of complaints every now and then, like, oh, this hero needs to be, and usually I'm not on boat of, like, overreacting, but I do think Clanks needs a little bit of a tune-up here.
Yeah, I mean, you can still blind ban the hero, but it's just the fact that, like, he's not one of those game-changing heroes, like an Ophelia, for example. When you have an Ophelia in your team, you know,
yeah,
the entire strategy or your entire lineup is going to be built around him, and you're going to push towers and all. I think that's the reason for why you don't blind ban the Clanks, because you could still shut him down, but yeah, he's a little bit too strong.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. After all this pause here, we'll see what actually happens. Look at Swiftblade, he's tanking the creeps. And the creeps are defending. The creeps are defending the base. They don't even need heroes. Again, that's just Mega Creeps. That's why, you know, the idea of trying to come back from Mega, it's not going to happen. I mean, we've never seen it happen for a reason.
We haven't seen it happen, haven't we?
I've never personally seen Mega Creeps. I've heard that it has happened before.
I played it. I played it.
I've never actually seen Mega Creep come back though.
I can't recall when it was. It was Prime Icarus at least when we were playing versus Ogre in the Gold Finals. Or no, it was the qualification game to Diamond, like Cycle 1 or something.
Yeah.
And we actually got back.
Did you actually do that? That's crazy. Well, I mean, you see here, obviously, they've already had a fall. They didn't even get the rack, so it's like now they're back in their base. And
yeah, you need to be lucky somehow, like find a DD or something. I think that was the case that we did in that game. Find a DD on like 700 gold per minute silhouette, and then we just backdoored.
Well, they're just going to play the whole turtle game now. And they got bubbles, so I guess that makes sense. But no, they're just going to sit in their base right here and try to keep out anyone that tries to break through. Obviously, Midas kind of poking in there a little bit and gets picked off. He does have a buyback if he really wants to, but of course, Druids at the same time, they could really just kind of sit back and let the creeps continue to do their thing.
Now when I think of it, by the way, wasn't there one game with Druids involved as well where Swift played both the double Doombringer and they actually came back from Mega Creeps? Like, wasn't that Mega Creeps? I think it was. He had like a double Doombringer.
I know we've seen like multiple Doombringer games definitely and stuff, but I really don't think I've ever seen a double Doom or Mega Creeps comeback game. I don't think I have.
All right, I'm gonna have to look into that, but
yeah.
Let's see. It's certainly not looking like this game is gonna end in that way, at least.
Yeah, it's you know, for it to even remotely have a chance of happening, you need to at least have two sets of racks on the other side. I feel like it can't just be they don't have a single racks killed. That on top of Mega Creeps, it's just there's really just no chance.
Yeah, or they need to do the recent gaming strat where they have the War Beast Wolves and all of them post haste into the enemy base.
Yeah. You see right here a big skirmish breaking out. You got Swift Slashes in the background. He's gonna do some decent damage. But now it's Clanks' turn yet again, and you see Swiftblade is going to fall shortly after. So, looks like Druids actually is breaking through here, and this should do it. So, Druids will take the second game, and that means they split the series, so each team will get 1 point. Druids with their 2-0 victory earlier over Dishonored as well. They finished with 4 points on the day. Complexity only played this one match, so they'll finish with the 1 point. But obviously a lot of matches to come. Every team plays each other once here in a 2-game series throughout this week. So 2 down for Druids. They got 5 more to go. You know, same thing for Complexity. 1 down. They got 6 more to go. So still plenty of Han left. But a nice split here. Definitely a couple of good games that we had here in the second series. So final thoughts yourself?
Agreed. No, I'm just, like you stated, I mean, good to be back, see some Hoon action once again. Have to give a shout out to Fuzzyslav as well after that series. He has played freaking amazing. So definitely looking forward to seeing him throughout the week here. Like you stated, what the dates is it Thursday, next one? It's not
Thursday,
tomorrow,
yeah.
right?
It's on Thursday,
right.
So the 9th, right. Yeah.
Thursday and Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
Yep, that'll be happening. So looking forward to that definitely coming out here and casting some more Han. So again, that's at 12 p.m. Eastern, 1800 at Central European Time is when that's going to be taking place. So that is going to start wrapping it up, though, pretty much for today here, ladies and gentlemen. So congratulations to all the winners here today, and looking forward to